What's up guys, it's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. So we have the Ninja Tower, it's back again. I hope you guys are ready to climb. And we have a brand new hero that's been introduced into the Ninja Portal as well, just in time for the updates with the new passive. And her name is Sawano. So we're going to have a closer look at her today and see what she's all about and whether she stacks up well next to the rest of the ninja family. So let us jump right into the portal. We will have a closer look at our newest ninja. She's featured alongside the Fiend Summoner Eager and the Nomad, the mighty Nomad, with just ridiculous amounts of damage. You better not have less than 50% health if you're going up against Nomad. So Sawano, our newest ice ninja. So we can see that she does have the defensive class. She is of the Paladin class as well. So that just means that she gets a chance to activate 25% additional defense if she receives any damage at the end of the turn. And that lasts for 2 turns. It can actually activate for the nearby if you do have the Master Protect as well. It makes generally for good defensive heroes, but then the ninjas are not really that good on defense, as we know for the majority of the ninja heroes. The family bonuses for them, for anywhere from 1 up to 3 heroes, you get anywhere from 5% to 15% chance to dodge normal attacks as well as special skills, and anywhere from 5% to 15% chance to counterattack, with anywhere from 60 to 120% of the damage received. So we know about the passives already. This is the new passive, decreased minion health. So enemy minions inherit 50% less health when summoned. And that is a very strong passive, especially for going up against heroes like Costume Diachan, the other War of Three Kingdoms heroes, Cao Cao. There's a bunch of other minion summoners where that can come in really, really handy because you're reducing the health of the minion by 50%. It doesn't work against Mega Minion Summoners, just to answer some questions that we've been having about that. It does not work against the Mega Minions. I've tried it. I wish it did work against the Mega Minions, but they are their own entity unto themselves. So unfortunately it doesn't, but it is still a strong passive against quite a few different heroes. In terms of stats, we will switch off the max power just for a second. We're looking at 1116. It's not the highest we've seen, but pretty damn high. 1112 on attack, 1297 defense, and 1705 on health. So for a ninja, that is kind of uncommon for Sawano to be defensively built. So I'm thinking that means that she is going to be a healer. I did have a glance at the card earlier. I think I did see something about healing, but we'll have a closer look at the special in just a second. If we do go ahead and second limit break Sawano, she'll be getting the counterattack ether talent, which is kind of null and void because she gets that counterattack anyway. So I'm sure, another type of ether talent would probably have been better for this hero. Maybe something like ailment immunity or ailment reflect, for example. But we do have the counterattack. So at the start of each battle, she counterattacks with 60% of the damage received for 6 turns. So it's okay, but not one of my favorite ether talents. And it can, of course, be dispelled as well. So special skill for Sawano is called Purifying Ki. And she is obviously running at the charge speed, so that means she gets 3 separate charges. The first charge will be super fast, like 5 and a bit tiles. Second charge, you're looking at 9 tiles with a normal sort of a little bit of mana on your troop. And then the final charge, you'll be looking at 12 tiles again with a little bit of mana on your troop. You don't need to go, max troop levels, etc. But you'll be able to get that off easily within 12 tiles. So the first charge, she's going to recover 25% health for all allies. For the next 2 turns, this character recovers 300 health to all allies after an enemy casts their special skill. We've got a little question mark here. It says each enemy can trigger this effect once per turn. So there is a limit on how many times that can trigger. And she also cleanses status ailments, but just from the caster. So she gets a team-wide heal. 25% at very fast speed is super. Then the next 2 turns, she recovers 300 health for any enemy casting their special skill. That applying to all allies is really good. So let's say you're taking, 600 damage, for example, from a special skill. that means she's just going to recover an extra 300 health straight away. And remember, that's running at very fast speed. So that is decent. It's a nice protection from your team. Unfortunate that she only cleanses status elements from herself, because if there are any other status elements, you're just going to be stuck with those on the other heroes. So at charge 2, she recovers now 30% health for all allies. And now for the next 4 turns, she recovers 350 health to all allies after an enemy casts their special skill. I don't think the jump is really that justified from 300 to 350. I think we could have seen maybe a higher jump in terms of the health recovery. It's still good, though, that it lasts for 4 turns rather than 2 turns. It does mean she's going to be able to put up some pretty serious protection for your team for the next 4 turns. You know that any damage you take, you're going to be healing for 350. And in fact, it doesn't have to do with damage, because it says after any enemy casts their special skill. So it could, for example, be a healer or a protector or a buffer on the opposition team. It doesn't matter whether it's damage or not. She's still going to be healing the entire team for that 350 health, which is really cool, actually. And now she cleanses ailments, but just from the caster and nearby allies. So I can see where this is going. Again, I just think it should be for the entire team. That may be the only downside I'm seeing so far. But as far as a healer goes, I do like this, what's going on. 3rd mana charge. She recovers 35% health for all allies. And now for the next 6 turns, she recovers 400 health to all allies after an enemy casts their special skill. That is going to be strong. So at the final charge, you'd expect it to be super strong. But it just means that your team, your whole entire team, is going to be very survivable. It would be interesting to see whether that effect can actually be cleansed off. If it can be dispelled by the enemy team, then it may not be as strong as it initially looks like. It doesn't say anything about it being undispellable, so I'm assuming that that can be dispelled. So if you got, say, you know, a hit and then dispel, you might get that initial heal, but then you'll block it, or you'll stop it from running for the next 5 turns after that. So I think she is open to some counters already, which is, you know, you don't really have to think too hard to be able to get that as a counter against her. So you kind of want heroes that you really have to think about it. And then the final bit here, she cleanses status ailments from all allies. So what do we think about Sawano? Well, in summary, I mean, I'm kind of excited by the new mechanic. I like the health recovery for all allies when an enemy casts their special skill. But that's really the only piece of the special that I really like. I think the heal is lacking. You know, from 25% to 35% initial heal, we've got healers that do a lot more than that, plus boosted health and all the rest of the, you know, bonkers things that we have healers going on and healers being able to do at the moment. I just don't think it's going to be quite strong enough. And also the cleanse just from the caster, again, I just don't think it's going to be quite strong enough. So aside from the passive skill and the mechanic with the health recovery, you know, but even that health recovery mechanic can still be dispelled as well. So it's kind of annoying to say this, but I'm a bit underwhelmed by Sawano. She looks freaking cool. You know, would I max her and level her? I don't even know whether I would take her past 370. To be honest, most of the other heroes in the ninja family, I wouldn't think about it for a second. You know, I'd max them in a heartbeat. But with Sawano, I just think that she may not be the best addition. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe I'm missing something with this hero, but to be honest, I'm a little underwhelmed. Yeah. Do let me know your thoughts on Sawano. Of course, do drop us a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't subscribed already. And yeah, I'll see you all again in the next video. So bye for now.